Hey everyone, this is a trader investor coming to you for our Wednesday morning analysis, where the markets are heading, what are they telling us. So I'm going to start off with the daily chart this morning. The reason is we have a very big gap down today. The markets are really acting strange. So because we have this gap down, I want to look at the daily, where we are in terms of area of value for the daily analysis. So in the SPYs, we are coming to a long-term trend line. This trend line that was started in October of last year, that's what we are looking at. So we're coming to that area of value. We want to see what price wants to do in this area. We have some imbalance down below. We have some hourly order blocks. We have a daily order block down below. I mean, that's a long distance to the daily order block, but at least this imbalance, this gap that is left open, which I have said maybe a week or two ago, that it will probably happen that we close this gap at the very minimum if we don't go any further down. But I see that is starting to take shape. And so now on the upside, we are leaving this imbalance here. We're leaving this imbalance because of where the markets closed yesterday and where the high is of today. There is this imbalance as well that we need to consider and have price close that. So we have an imbalance down below and imbalance up above. We have yet to see which one will close. In the Qs, area of value is this is a daily order block that I have left open, even though we touched it a few days ago, right? March 12th, we touched it a little bit, and a lot of times, and I've mentioned this, is touching is enough for mitigation. There's no other thing need to be done. But what I have seen is price will do this and come back and close it completely before resuming. I have seen this many times. That's why I leave the order block here to give me a visual of a potential area of value. So here's our area of value. And in this area of value, what is happening? We are back into this zone. I want to see what price does. Does this weakness continue or does this weakness reverse? I want to see what that does before we take full action. IWM, we're still inside our box. We're above what I have called the TSO. So that's not a big concern. If this is a true TSO, we're making break of structure. This could be what's happening, right? This could be where we have E1 here. And then as soon as we break above here, we get our E2 and then we test here and we get our E3. So this could be what's happening. We have yet to see. Again, we don't trade what we think, we trade what the charts are giving us. For now, I'm just focusing on the daily, and then I'll go down to the 15-minute chart to look at what is happening. So in the diamonds, we are at an area of value where we have some liquidity because we've been touching this area for quite some time, multiple days, not just minutes, days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 7, 8 if you count some of these as well. So we've been in this area for quite some time. That's where price is dancing right now. So I want to see some manipulation taken care of here and then see which way price wants to go. There's some imbalance that just got left open, right? So we have to take care of those as well. So this is where we are. We're coming to an area of value. And now let's go to our 15 minutes chart and see where we have opportunities to trade. So let's just draw this more precisely here. I can just redraw it here because the reason why I want to see this imbalances is it gives me a target if price wants to close this gap. If price wants to close this gap, it's giving us a target where to shoot for. So I will not draw all of them, but you can see that there's imbalance left in all of them. So the huge imbalances, and that's the target we will take if price decides to go to the upside. If price wants to close these gaps, this is what we're going to look at. So today, 15-minute range, we're at an area of value. Do we want to push up and start to close this gap? Some of it, not all of it, maybe today, maybe some of it tomorrow. Or does price want to continue to push down? Right? This is yet to be seen. We already have a big gap down. So, there's a lot of ways to look at this gap down. You can have a retracement from close to open and see that price maybe want to go to the negative 278% retracement and reverse. Maybe it want to retrace back to the 50% or 61.8% and then reverse. So we have to see what price wants to do. We're not in any hurry, right? And look at where the halfway mark of the imbalance sits. It sits between the 50% and 61%. This is a beautiful area of confluence. Price, retracements, imbalance, all coming together. So because we see this, there's a very good likelihood that price at some point, and for me, what I see as a likelihood scenario is for price to do this before it does this, or it will go all the way to the negative 61.8% and does this. So both of these are some possibilities that we're looking at. So if price wants to go down first today, if price wants to go down first, I'm in no big rush, absolutely no big rush to enter a put position yet, because my target is from the low of the 15-minute range, 405.82, to the negative 27.8% retracement. That's not more than $1 distance. So I'm in no hurry. It could go all the way down here. That could happen, but I'm not counting on it. It could want to close this imbalance here left a while ago. I did mention that at some point we're going to close this imbalance because it was a gap left a while ago. We could be going for that gap here. So I want to see what price does around the 27.8, negative 27.8 retracement before I enter position. I want to see price clearly break it, maybe test it and push down. Then I will be comfortable to at least hit the 61.8% target. At least I could attempt that if that's what price wants to give us. But until then, right, because 403.59 from 405.50, that's a good distance, but until I see a clear indication, there's no entry yet. So this is how I'm looking at the markets today. This is how they're setting up. Don't be in a hurry. I always say don't be in a hurry, because it has already gapped down. Now if you had a put position that you were swinging, I don't know why you would have a put position to swing, because we had already broken structure. This was unexpected, so this is not a position to swing. But if by some chance you had this position, today was a good payday for you. In all of them was a good payday. So now let's just wait patiently and see what price does around this 15-minute range for all of them. That will be a signal for entry, and we will trade what we see. We don't trade what we predict. Alright everyone, I will see you in the next video where I will recap how the markets ended. Take care.